Right. Well, someone took a chunk out of the bait. All right. All right, guys, we're finally fishing. Took forever to freaking get here, but we're here and we're fishing. I'm really sketchy about how this rod's in the freaking cliff. It's just in a hole. So I don't know if I'm going to fish one rod or two from right here, but we're here. We're fishing. Got a big old chunk of squid out there. So we'll see what we can get. I'm kind of tempted to just hold this rod just because the way everything is right here. I can't tell if we're getting tapped or if that's just current. Looks like just current. That's not current. There's something down there messing with it. Problem is, whatever I get here is going to be a bitch to land because we're about 30 feet up. So, and the surf's picking up. So, on the inside edge of the Point Loma kelp beds. I can't tell what that is down there. I can't tell if I'm grabbing the rod just in case. We'll just chill right here and hold the rod. But I don't know if you guys can see or not. You zoom in. That right there, that boat out there is one of the half-day charters. So we're basically fishing the inside edge of the kelp. They're fishing the outside edge. So we got, feels like something playing with that bait down there. I'm be patient and just let it do its thing. And once it starts running good, then I'll set that hook. All I can do is lock my reel in. The clicker's set, so I just got to lock in the reel, and that'll set the hook. What I'm going to do, though, guys, I'm going to come over here a little bit, and I'm going to sit here and fish. So give me a second while I adjust. Let me drop the camera down to where I can see it. All right, there we go. There we go. Now we should be okay, hopefully. I'll try to keep the rod tip in the frame here. But I'm only going to fish one rod right here for right now, because there's no real good places for the rod holders. So we'll get the we'll see what's going on here. Something's got to happen here. But I got the clicker set. The rod tip's going to bend a little bit with current and stuff, but you'll hear, if I get something, you'll hear it. You'll hear that clicker run. Then what I'll do is, something grabs that and starts running, I'll just let it run for a second and then lock in the reel. I got a circle hook on there, so it'll set itself. But we do have some rocks and stuff right out here, so there's a potential to get snagged up, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, that drag is just being messing with it. So, but appreciate you guys jumping in. We're hoping for some halibut and possibly shark. I'd love to get a shark out of here. We're down at Sunset Cliffs here in San Diego, and I can't tell if something's messing with it or if it's just the weight being pulled around down there on the bottom. I think it's just the weight being pulled around down there on the bottom. So my line's definitely come in since when I cast it. So what I may have to do to avoid getting snagged up is throw way out straight in front of me and just let it drift in. I do have a heavy weight, but who knows, you know? Something's down there definitely messing with it, but it hasn't taken the bait yet, so we'll see. Let me give that a nice reel and see what happens. Yeah, oh, it's kelp. I can see the kelp down there on my line. So I'm going to get that out of the kelp. I'm going to recast. Hey, what's up, Gwen? Yeah, I'm snagged up in a bunch of kelp. That's what's been yanking on my line. So let me get this up here and recast it. Oh, come on. This is ridiculous. There we go. Yeah, something's definitely down there munching on this, though. So that's a good sign. If I can get something to just grab the whole bait, will be great. All right, let me get this back out there. Are you straight? You're going straight out? Are you casting straight out? Fish. Fucking figures. Alright, that's fucking way out there. That's out there. If you guys see that wave coming in, it's right there. Alright. I got like a whole crowd watching. Alright, we got that line tight. Set the clicker. Let's see what happens. I was already messing with it down there. Might be kelp again. We are right here in like the inside edge of the kelp bed, so there's a lot of kelp that floats around here. But we'll see what we can get out of here. Something down there messing with that bait. Let's see what happens. Someone's definitely down there chewing on it. We might get something out of here. I kind of want to. I'm fishing for whatever. Hey, Rod, what's up, brother? Good to see you. We got something down there messing with it. I don't know what it is. It might be a little something small because it can't actually take that whole hook. But man, it was a fuck show of a morning getting here. I just got here like 12 minutes ago, so haven't even started really. Hold on, guys. I got to move one of these rods so that somebody doesn't step on it. All right. So I woke up this morning. The alarm went off. I hit snooze. Alarm went off again. I hit snooze again. I hit snooze like 4 times on the alarm. And then I woke up, went out in the backyard to have a smoke, and noticed my backyard was flooded. One of the irrigation pipes broke overnight. So I had to deal with that before I could leave the house this morning. So dealt with that. Got out of the house late. And it was just a fuck show the whole way. Went to the bait shop. They were out of squid. So I had to go to a different bait shop. So it's been, I wanted to get here. I wanted to be lines in the water by 7 o'clock. I've only been here 15 minutes. So it's like 11 something now. So it's been one of those kind of mornings. But we got all day and all night. I charged my power banks last night, or so I thought, and 2 of them didn't charge. So I ended up with, I got my regular small power banks. And then one of my bigger ones is like halfway charged. So, but I can put that in the truck and charge it while I'm driving or whatever. You get a little more power in it. But so far, we've only been here 15 minutes, coming up on 15 minutes. And we'll see what we can catch. So, Lenny, I am targeting anything and everything that'll bite right here. I've never ever actually fished this spot before, so we'll see what we can get. But I'm using squid right now, frozen squid right now. I might throw out a sabiki rig later to see if I can get some live baits. But my main goal that I want to catch is either halibut or shark right here. But I will definitely take whatever bites right here. Who knows what we can get right here? So much potential. So much potential right here. Because we're right on the inside edge of the kelp. So I know it's kind of hard to see on camera, but let me zoom in a little bit and I'll try to show you guys. So if you see, let's see, you kind of see this line right here in the screen that goes across that line, that's the edge of the kelp beds. So we're not far off the inside edge of the kelp. So hopefully we can get something good going on here. I have been getting a bunch of kelp on my line, which I kind of expected, but who knows? Who knows what we can get? I am in a high traffic tourist area too, so there will be a lot of people in and out of here all day. But that's all right. It's quite all right. So the one point that I wanted to fish had like 4 people on it when I got there. That one's, I don't know if we can see it on camera or not. Let me see. So I'll zoom in. Maybe. Where'd it go? So that point right there is where I wanted to fish. But when I got there, there was a bunch of people already there. So it wasn't worth it. But we got stuff playing with the bait down here, so we'll see if we can get something out of here. I don't know what we'll get, but we'll try to get something. I'll try to keep the rod tip in the frame for you guys. It's kind of hard because I got to hold the rod where I'm at. There's nowhere to put my rod holders in the ground. And I don't know that I'd trust them on these fish anyway. So, but we got 37 watching, 7 likes. So, yeah, we're in San Diego. We're at Sunset Cliffs. So, we're going to give this spot a while. And if it doesn't pan out, we're going to go hit somewhere else. So, we'll see what we can get. But so far, nothing. So far, we've got nothing but salad. But there's always potential for shark or yellowtail or halibut or all kinds of stuff right here. I kind of feel like something's down there messing with my bait. It almost feels like kelp. Because I do got my finger on the line so I can feel what's going on. And I don't feel any little snaps or tugs. It's constant motion. So I'm pretty sure there's kelp wrapped up on something down there. But we got all day to fish. So I figure I got here late. Tide's kind of high right now. But that shouldn't really matter where we're at. Tide shouldn't be. I mean, it'll have a little bit of effect, but it shouldn't have a huge effect. So, because we're actually in pretty deep water. We're in about 45, 50 feet of water. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep moving this bait because it is kind of snaggy down there, and there is a bunch of kelp down there. So, we'll keep doing what we can do with the bait. See, I already see kelp on the line way out there. Yeah, I just felt some kelp release too. So there's a bunch of kelp floating out there. And I need to do a bait check anyway, so I've been casting right off the point over to my left, but there's people sitting on it, so I really can't recast from there now. Yeah, I'm snagged up in a whole shitload of kelp. I can already see it. See all that shit? All that seagrass? So there is a good amount of seagrass down there. So I think what I'm going to do is God, this bait's just getting hammered. I got like a little chunk of bait left. I'm going to go ahead and throw on a new bait because that one just got absolutely annihilated. So give me 1 second to go over to my cooler and grab bait. And then I brought the little grocery cart thing to carry all my shit down this time. So it worked out pretty well, actually. Actually, it worked out really well because I was able to just wheel everything down instead of trying to carry all this shit. So I know that we're popping off on that squid. So I'm going to grab another squid. They're so frozen. They're a bitch to get out of the thing when they're frozen. I do have an anchovy in there too, which I could try. But we're going to stick with the squid for a minute because I know there's been shit down there biting on that. So, and I'm throwing whole squids here. We're not playing around today. We're going for the big fish. So, it is definitely a big fish kind of a day. I'm hoping that something will grab this whole freaking thing and take off with it, because if it does, it's going to be a big fish. I'll come down here and show you guys what I'm using for bait. There's my chunk of squid that I'm using. So let me go get this flung out here and see if it'll get something for us. All right, so where I'm casting is a bunch of kelp. So I'm going to try to cast where the kelp's not. Okay. That's an 8-ounce weight that I'm throwing. And it's taken a while to hit bottom, so I know we're pretty deep. I know we're real deep. So we'll get back up over here. We'll set the clicker. We'll tighten up that line. And we're good to go. All right. So, it's 4 to 4 of you guys watching. Appreciate you being here. We're hoping for some shark or stingray, big stingray, or preferably halibut. So, we'll see what we get. So, oh, I can feel that line already tugging around in the kelp down there. But that's okay. We'll get something. Oh, sorry guys, chat froze. You're in Rancho San Diego or Cucamonga? Hey, show flies. There we go. Drag was pulling right there. It stopped. We'll give it a second. Surf's actually picking up through the day. So. Hey, Tommy, what's up? Drama, Braxton, everybody's here. Nice. Not yet, Tommy. We've only been here 20 minutes. And so far we haven't got nothing. But we'll see what we can end up with here. It's pretty kelpy, so I keep getting kelp wrapped up in the line. But we'll see what we can come up with here. We got something that keeps playing with the bait, but it's, I think, too small to take with a hook. Because I got a big-ass freaking circle hook on there. So I basically got a deep water tuna setup going on right now. I got a big-ass circle hook with a big-ass torpedo sinker. So on a Carolina rig, basically, I'm using my torpedo sinker basically as a, 49 people and only 11 likes. How's that possible, guys? Got a big-ass torpedo sinker that I'm basically using as a swivel. So I tied my torpedo to my main line with a Palomar. Then I tied my leader off of my other side of my torpedo with a Palomar. And then my hook's tied on with a Palomar. So I got Palomar knots on everything, which should handle anything that bites right here. This rod right here is, believe it or not, this little rod that I'm using isn't rated for 80 pounds. So 30 to 80 pound braid. So it's the Penn Carnage 2. So how does Want to See My Rod have so many more members than me? Because he's monetized and I am not, so I cannot open memberships yet. I'm pretty close to being able to do memberships, but we're like 920 hours away on the watch hours from being able to do memberships. And I've decided that once I am able to do the memberships, I'm going to do members only stuff as well. You know, members only lives. We'll do some members only like hangouts and chats, and then some members only giveaways as well. So we'll make it worth the membership. So I'm not sure what I'm going to set my membership prices at. I haven't got that far. I'm not monetized yet, so it's not even worth thinking about it until it's actually possible to do. So we need like 920 hours of view time until we can actually open up the memberships and the super chats and all that. So, and then eventually, once I hit that 4,000, to where I can start putting merchandise up, then I'm gonna I got some merchandise already designed. It's just a matter of being able to put it up on the page there and get it rolling. So I gotta crack a drink, you guys. I'm already my throat's already getting dry from all the talking. It's a lot of talking doing a live stream, because if you're not engaged with chat and you're not hanging out and whatever, nobody hangs around, and that's not what we want. We want people hanging out and fishing with us, especially at a place like this. I mean, I know a lot of you guys, like in the Midwest and stuff, don't ever get to fish stuff like this. So, you know, who gets to sit on the freaking cliffs overlooking the ocean fishing? So, yeah, that's right. Tommy freaking dropped a shitload of members, which is pretty killer. So, guys, chat's flying here. Hey, Catfishy's here. Rod's here. Hell yeah. Welcome in, Rod. We got 46 of you guys watching. Well, 31 now. 19 thumbs up. We've been live for 28 minutes and 22 seconds. So far we haven't caught nothing, but it's the ocean, man. You never know what's going to be out there. So we're fishing today my Penn Carnage 2 rod on my 10 Fathom level wind. This is actually my small tuna setup. This is a 30 to 80 pound rod. It's what, 6'6", I think this one is. Yeah, 6'6", 30-80 braid setup. I mean, this thing, I have bass rods that are thicker than this rod, and I've pulled in 100+ pound tuna with this rod and reel. I have another one of these, the exact same rod and reel at home, but the one I got at home that I didn't bring with me, this is the 20 size reel. Okay, that's the 20. And I have the 40 on my other rod. And that rod, I call that my big dog rod. That rod and reel that I didn't bring with me that's sitting at home, the exact same setup as this. Same rod, same reel, just the bigger setup. That one I have sitting at home is the 50 to 100 pound. Or no, I'm sorry. The 100, 200 is the one I didn't bring. So the other one I have, it's a little bit thicker than this rod, but it's rated for 200 pound braid. And I bought that rod, went out one trip, And that trip turned into a freaking whale watching trip. We didn't catch a single fish on that boat. And I haven't been able to get out for the tuna since. So I haven't actually ever fished that rod except for the one time and never caught anything on it. So I was thinking about bringing that one today, but I kind of want to hold that one back for the boat when I'm out there, you know, because that thing would be overkill right here. I mean, not that it wouldn't work, but you know, it'd be a lot of rod. Shark fishing with a Barbie rod. I'll tell you what, if somebody wants to send me a fucking Barbie rod, I'll do it. I prefer Spider-Man, but you know, I'll take the Barbie rod. Somebody wants to send me a Barbie rod, email me and I'll give you my mailing info. Hell, somebody's supposed to be sending me Vegemite to try to catch a fish off fucking Vegemite smeared on a flip-flop. Which, if I actually get the Vegemite, I do have an old pair of flip-flops and I will cut a chunk off and freaking smear it with Vegemite. Hey, I don't care. If somebody wants to send me, I don't care what Disney rod it is. Frozen, fucking My Pretty Pony, freaking whatever. I will come out here and I will fish a freaking Barbie Disney rod off the cliffs here. I will do it. I'm not a, no, hell no. I think it'd be fun. As long as I can get it to cast good, I think it'd be fun as hell. How far south am I? I am actually downtown San Diego. Like San Diego Bay is south of me. If I turn the camera here, I'm snagged in the kelp again. If I turn the camera here and I'll zoom in, I'm going to zoom way in. And so let me find it here in the camera. So that point that you're looking at right there in the middle of the camera, that's La Jolla. So we're not far from La Jolla. We're in Point Loma kelp, which is the southern kelp bed here in San Diego. San Diego Bay is basically, from the way the camera is looking right now, San Diego Bay itself would be like 10 o'clock from where we're looking. So Care Bears, Spider-Man, Batman, Pokemon, Frozen, My Pretty Princess, I don't care. If somebody wants to send it to me, I will definitely shark fish with it. Man, the surf right here today looks pretty fun. It's we might end up getting wet if the surf keeps coming up, because we're right here. We're outside the break line. The only reason the waves are breaking right here because they're hitting the cliffs. But we're a good 150 feet, 160 feet past the break line. So we should be in deep enough water to get something good. The problem is going to be if I get something big that I can't just like reel up over the cliff and swing it in, I'm going to have to drop my pier net down to get it. And that's going to be a bitch trying to hold the rod and drop the pier net. There's nowhere to put my rod holders in down here. There's a couple like holes in the cliffs, but I'm not going to trust that to hold my rod, you know? So, but it seems like nothing's really wanting to come out and play right here on the squid. I do have frozen anchovies that I might throw out there as well. And I also brought, and I left them in the truck, damn it. I got some saltwater irons that I could throw. Big heavy irons that they're like, consider it like a saltwater spoon, basically. So, and those usually crush the yellowtail. But I highly doubt we'd get a yellowtail on this inside edge of the kelp. But we're on one of the farthest points out, so we do have a chance to get quite a few different things here. So, and then there's this, right behind me, there's like a big cage around a massive hole all the way down through the bottom of the cliff, which I guess I could show you guys here in just a second. Yeah, let me, give me a minute and I'll show you guys that hole down through the cliff. It's pretty badass. When the surf's good, that actually blows water up through this hole right here. So it's a really cool spot we're at. But so far, no fish are wanting to come out to play. I'm kind of tempted to throw a line, and I'll pick a camera up here in a second and show you. I'm tempted to throw a line between the two rock piles here and see what may be hanging out between the rocks, because right there you can see one of the rock piles. You can kind of see where there's like, I don't know how well it shows up on camera. You see all that white film on top of the water? There's a rock pile right there, and then right there is another one. And they both drop off pretty deep real quick right there. So I'm kind of tempted to throw a bait between those and see if maybe anything's hanging out in there. But while we're debating that, let me show you this. That's just me moving the clicker, or moving the rod. But you see this cage. Let's see. It's hard to see through the chain link, but it definitely goes way deep in there, and this is going to be freaking raising and crazy, but I'm not going to do that just in case my phone falls out. But yeah, that's a good 35, 40 feet down there, and there's a bunch of water sloshing through there. I know it's hard to see with the cage around it, but all right, let's go back over and pay more attention to the fish than the cave. So there's 77 of y'all in here. Appreciate you guys being here. We're gonna do a bait check real quick, and then I think I am gonna throw this kind of between the rocks and see what happens. Doesn't feel like my bait's on there still. I don't feel the drag from it. Let's see. Nope, no bait. So something definitely was down there eating on my squid and took my squid. So that means that there is fish down there. I'm just not getting good bites on them. So let me rebait this and throw it out. And hopefully, just hopefully, we can get something to come out and play. Oh, that squid's like super frozen. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to switch it up a bit. I got anchovy as well. So I'm going to throw an anchovy on there instead of a squid and see what we can do with that. Because the anchovies usually do pretty well too. So I think if I can get an anchovy to stick on there, we could probably get a better chance at something picking it up. So let's try that. Let's try an anchovy and see what happens. Let me get this on the hook, and then we'll get that flung out there. This thing's big enough I can snap this hook through it twice and guarantee that it stays. Problem with anchovies is, I mean, they're frozen right now, but once they start to thaw, they get really mushy and they get hard to stay on the hook. So we're going to toss this anchovy right in between these rocks over here and see if maybe there's something in there. We'll see. Hopefully there is. That's still pretty deep right there. All right. Come on, hit the bottom, hit the bottom, hit the bottom. My goodness, that's deep. All right. I hate reeling the reel with the clicker on. The sound just bugs the shit out of me but I'll do what I got to do, you know. So we're gonna sit here and see if something will pick up that anchovy. And hopefully it does. It's kind of hard to keep the rod where I want it in screen while I'm fishing right here, but it's all right. We're gonna do what we can do. So oh man, I should have brought all my waters down here with me. I only brought one drink down here, thinking I wouldn't be down this part this long, but it is what it is. So, man, you guys' chat is flying, and it's hard for me to keep up with it. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Hopefully my mods will. Hey, Cindy's here, Josie's here, Catfishy's here, Fun Mix is here. Literally, Fun Mix is literally here. Grumpy's here. Freaking everybody's here, guys. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it all. Lenny's here. Appreciate you guys being here. We got 56 watching. 29 thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully we can get something nice on the line for you here and show you a nice big old saltwater fish. But so far, nothing's really wanting to come out and play. We got, I've cast in a couple different locations now. I'm on my second type of bait, so we'll see what happens. If worst comes to worst, I'll start throwing some saltwater irons. And Eddie, the fish haven't started biting yet, so hopefully they will, but we'll see. We're just hoping for whatever wants to come out and bite will bite. So there's another guy over here fishing too. He hasn't caught anything that I've seen, so we're going to give this spot a little while, and then we will move on to another spot. And when we move on, we'll keep the stream rolling. Hopefully we can get something good coming out of here. But there's a lot of kelp floating in from the kelp beds, so hopefully that kelp has fish underneath it. I can't tell if that's something tugging on my shit down there, or if it's just the weight moving around in the current. I mean, there's a big possibility of a bunch of seagrass and stuff wrapped around the line down there, pulling around. So yeah, there's nothing there. Nothing there. So we'll just, I mean, hook sets are free, right? So when in doubt, freaking yank it. So, hey, Drama's here too. Guys, there's 51 in here, 35 likes. Appreciate you guys. We are fishing Sunset Cliffs in San Diego. We are in between basically San Diego, like downtown San Diego, and La Jolla. We're fishing off the cliffs. We're about 30 feet above the water line. So whatever I catch is going to be a chore to actually get in here. There is nowhere here to be able to like fight it around the cliffs and pull it up into the beach. So basically, I do have my pier net with me. I don't know how I would do that with a rod in one hand and a pier net in the other. So, hey, catfish will be in and out. Had a back procedure done today. Oh shit, that sucks. Hope you're okay. Hope everything's better after the doctors did their thing with it. But yeah, you guys, we're gonna give this spot a while, and if it's not productive, we're gonna move on and see what we can find elsewhere. I don't know if I'll keep the stream rolling when we move spots, or if I'll shut down and start over. But either way, we're gonna be streaming today as long as possible. We got battery banks up to battery banks, so we should be good for quite a long time on the stream. I think there's nothing there. I keep feeling something down there, and I think it's just kelp. Kelp and rocks. So, oh no, there's definitely a legit bite right there. That was definitely a legit tap, tap, tap. I'm almost wondering if maybe I should put on a smaller hook. Maybe whatever's down there isn't big enough to grab that hook. But we'll see. I'm going to do a bait check. I know I'm doing a lot of bait checks. Oh, there's kelp. Yeah, I got a huge freaking kelp salad, so that's what's definitely down there messing with me. It's this giant kelp salad. Ugh. All right. That came off, thank God. So let me throw another bait on. And I'm going to go back to the squid, I think, and see what we can do with the squid. Because hopefully we can get something good. I don't want to use up all my squid though too quick, because there's no bait shop right around here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a full squid, head to tail, on this hook, and wing that out there as far as possible. I have my bigger rod, my big rod that I throw, cast and reel baits in the saltwater, but that's not set up, and this is. So we'll go with what's going to work for right now. Oh, the squid stinks, guys. It stinks. All right. I'm going to kind of sew this squid onto this hook. So that should be on there pretty good. I forgot my hand wipes again, so my freaking shorts are going to stink when I get home. So let me get back out here, cast this thing way out there again, and see what we can do. I'm trying to find a spot where there's not so much kelp floating through, but I don't think we're going to be lucky with that. I think anywhere we go, we're going to have kelp floating through. So if I can get it, yeah, there's a whole bunch of kelp floating in. But that's all we can do, is just hum that out there and let it sink to the bottom and hope the kelp doesn't catch the line. I mean, the kelp's going to catch the line no matter what we do. It's just a matter of how much kelp is going to catch the line. So we are now pretty far out in front of us. We already got some kelp on the line, but not much. So, oops, I want the lid for my cooler. Hold on, guys. All right, that's stupid where that rod's at, but it is what it is. So, I forgot to wash out my bait cooler last time I used it. And when I went to open it this morning to wash it out, I almost threw up from the stench. So I ended up buying one of those cheapy little styrofoam coolers. It actually has 2 lids on it, which I didn't expect. But right now, Eddie, I'm using squid. I have squid and anchovy with me. What's the biggest fish I caught? 282-pound yellow bluefin tuna. So here's the problem with that drama is there's nowhere to set this other rod that I'm fishing while I fish a second rod. So, God, my chat froze way back there, guys. Something's down there. I think it's kelp down there on my line. There's a whole bunch of cut kelp coming in. But that cut kelp, it's a good little spot for fish. Man, chat froze so far back. I don't know how Cindy keeps up with chat, man. She's my hero for that. So, all right. Sounds like kind of feels like we got something. Look at this wave coming in. We might get blasted with water right here. Check this out. It's going to be a killer view on camera. I wasn't as good as I thought. Oh, nothing. Damn it. Felt like there was something down there, but nothing there. My drag was going a little bit, but man, my chat is like way back there. All right, sorry guys, I had to scroll all the way to, all the way back down to the bottom because I was not gonna ever get caught up with chat. So, but we got 42 in, we got 39 likes. Appreciate you guys. We're fishing off the cliffs into the Pacific Ocean. We've got a whole bunch of kelp that came scrambling in, and it looks like there's a big pocket of water with no kelp coming in behind it. So I'm gonna bring this bait back in and see if I can get it cast out past all this floating kelp, and hopefully we'll get the kelp to stop playing with the line, because the kelp's costing me baits too. So we'll hopefully be able to get a nice fish out of here. I'll tell you what, man, if you're afraid of heights, this spot I'm at right now would give you vertigo. We're up here. We're up here. All right. Nothing on the bait. No teeth marks on the bait yet. So that means that everything that I was hearing the clicker pulling was just kelp on the line there. So let me get this hook resituated in here to where we can get this bait super hooked up and not have to worry about losing it. And we're gonna hum the sumbitch back out there. There's a nice big open clear pocket of water with no kelp on it. So hopefully we can get out there and be good to go for a while. All right. Let me turn the camera this way a little bit so you guys can watch me cast, and we'll be right back up. And I'm sure when I get back up, I'll be like 3 pages behind in chat. So here goes nothing. I'm amazed at how far I can cast this little 6-foot rod, 6'6". My other one is 7'10", and I could probably cast that thing 100 yards from right here. That's my boat rod that I cast for like when I'm throwing top waters or whatever for tuna. That other rod that I have with me is what I use for casting for kelp pat, like throwing irons and poppers and all that at kelp patties. So, all right, here we go. We got the. It's hard to keep the rod in frame. So I'm trying to hold it. There's nowhere to put my rod holders in the ground. So, and I don't trust the little holes that are drilled into the freaking cliffs here. Yeah, I know YouTube's not pushing people. I don't know what the deal is. So, yeah, Rod, you got so many places you can fish up there that are just all postcard photos that anywhere you go is going to be badass. I wish I had half of the scenery you guys have. Like yesterday at Holter, man, I was looking at that background scenery, and I'll tell you what, I would have been torn between fishing and looking for deer. We got surf starting to pick up, guys. Watch this. This is going to be badass. This wave's going to smash right into the cliff right here. Going to blow up a nice big old freaking swell. Or not. As I say it, it doesn't do it. That sucks. Oh well. That's all right, though, because I don't feel like getting wet. Oh, my chat keeps freezing. No, the holes that are in here are just, I don't know how they got here. But this is like sandstone, you know what I mean? You're not going to just drill a hole in it. I mean, you can, but it's going to be brutal. So I'm just not getting any fish biting right here. So yeah, man, I saw that one. I was like, damn, he looks tasty. And the mule deer out there are big. The mule deer we got here are tiny, teeny tiny. Like they're half the size of the Montana mule deer. You know, Montana mule deer, you can see it from 100 yards away. Ours, you got to like use binoculars to see them. Okay, all of a sudden we got a bunch more kelp floating in here. The kelp beds are, if you see the eyes and the rod on the screen here, the second eye is like right at the edge. You know, the view. That's like right where the kelp beds start. It'd be even with that second eye, the bottom of it. It's, I don't know if you can see the difference in the watercolor. There's like lighter and then it goes dark blue. That dark is where the kelp actually starts. So if I can get a line all the way out there, I'd be stoked, but there's no way I can cast that far. You need like one of those potato gun bait launchers. Yeah, man, those whitetails in your yard, that's so awesome. Man, that's like a freezer full just walking into your backyard. That's so freaking cool. I got deer season starting up here on the 6th, and it goes all the way through New Year's Eve, which, come to find out, is like the shortest deer season in the country. And the odds that I actually shoot a deer out here are slim to none. For our entire hunters out here for deer, oh yeah, I wish I had a kite that I could get a line all the way out there. That'd be awesome. Kite fishing though with one person is kind of a pain in the ass. But yeah, what I was saying is, like, deer season here, we have a 3% success rate for deer hunters combined. That includes archery and rifle. And like 2.87% of that is the rifle hunters. And of that, the vast majority of those deer are taken on public or private land. So it's really hard to get yourself a deer out here. Yeah, so the kite fishing, first time I ever saw anybody do it was actually out on a tuna charter, an open party charter, and they were launching the kite off of the boat. That was pretty badass. They had a drill. They were using the drill for the kite reel. I guess the way I saw them doing it, it took 2 rods. They basically clip a snap swivel onto the kite, on the kite rod, and that snap swivel goes onto your actual rod with your bait. And once it gets hit, then they reel in that kite really quick and take that snap swivel off, and you got a bait 3 miles away from the boat that you're trying to fight that fish in with. Makes for a long day. But they were getting some big bluefin on those. So let's see. No, Tommy, I got 4 rods with me, but I don't have anywhere to put. There's no rod holder stuff over here. I got my rod holders. I can only fish 2 rods here. I do have rod holders with me, so I can fish a second rod, but there's nowhere safe to put a rod that would be in the rod holder where it doesn't have a possibility of getting pulled up over the cliff. I'm stuck to 1 rod right now. So let's see. Put the rod in the fence? No way, I don't trust that. I do not trust that. So yeah, that's a killer view from here. Yeah, see, I'd love to have like a potato cannon to be able to launch baits out there. But I'll tell you what, I'd fill that sumbitch over full and launch that bait halfway into the kelp bed. But right where I'm at, I got a lot of kelp floating around. So yep, there's an extra charge. It's like $7 for a saltwater license. But you got to buy your main license, which is $60. And then if I want a second rod stamp, that's an extra $22 now. So it's kind of bullshit. It's expensive to fish in this state. Plus, if you want to fish freshwater, every lake charges you $11 to fish. And if you want to launch a boat, it's another $11 for the boat launch. And it's $5 for your parking. So you're looking at $26 just to go catch a bass. It's really not affordable to fish in San Diego for most people. Hey, what's up, Leafy? We're just chilling, trying to catch some saltwater fish. Got out here way late today. Fishing's kind of shit. I haven't caught anything yet, but we'll see what happens. We got nothing but time today. So yeah, the out-of-state license for California is fucking ridiculous. You can go to 3 other states and get licenses for the price of a California license. So it's all good, Leafy. It's all good. Man, come on, fish. If this doesn't pan out here in the next little while, I'm going to move and go hit one of these other points down the way. It looks like the other 2 that I wanted to fish are clear. So, and the one, I can't tell if the surf's breaking up over it or not. Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to fish the other one because that's just asking to get soaking wet. The surf's breaking right on top of the point, so that weight's stuck to the bottom down there. Every time I move the rod, you hear the clicker. So most of the time, where are you at? Where are you at, Stickman? Full season fishing license for non-residents in Montana is approximately $117.50. 31 a day for out of state. Okay, that's about in line with California. Yeah, the freshwater lakes here are in. Oh, you're in California. Okay, our freshwater lakes hold big bass. Oh, there we go. Something just hit it. We're getting hit, guys. We're getting hit. All right. Something just hit that. Let me give it a couple cranks on the reel here, and it feels tight all of a sudden. Let me see what's going on here. Nope. Oh, wait. Fish on, guys. Fish on, I think. Yep, fish on. Fish on. I can't tell what it is. Oh, maybe fish off. Damn it. It might have got off. There's definitely something on there. Nope, there's something on there. There's something there. I don't know what it is, but there's something there. I can't. Oh, it's kelp again. I'm in the kelp. I can see. Oh, no, there's something. I got something. It's wrapped in the kelp, but I got something. It looks like, I can't tell. Oh, it's a nice little bass. Or no. Holy shit. It's a leopard shark, you guys. Yeah, baby leopard shark. Look at that. Baby leopard shark. So species number 1 on the list is caught. All right. All right. Look at that, guys. That is a leopard shark. So let me, you guys all see him? Pretty freaking cool. Let me grab my pliers so I can get that hook out of his mouth. And then I'll give you guys a view of him. All right, come here, little buddy. Oh, he got that one good. He's got that hook in there freaking good. Let me see. Oh, open your mouth, dude. Open your mouth so I can get that hook out. Oh, man, that's in there good. I might have to pull it all the way through. I'm going to pull it all the way through, you guys, because there's no way I'm going to get that out. So I'm going to have to pull it through and just pull the eye all the way through, because I got a circle hook on here and it is not wanting to come all the way out. All right, there we go. All right, guys. So that, guys, is a leopard shark. It's a little baby right here, but we did get a leopard shark. All right, you guys want to see how to properly release the leopard shark? All right. So, would somebody type one leopard shark into the chat for me? Hell yeah, we got a leopard shark. That's awesome. And my chat froze way up. Hell yeah. I'm gonna have to scroll all the way to the bottom of chat, guys, because it's so far back that. All right, thank you, Tommy. One leopard shark. So yeah, that was a leopard shark, you guys. Those things are cool looking, aren't they? So I actually had to cut my hook off. I had to cut my hook off and pull it all the way through because it went down like out of his neck. So first fish of the day was a leopard shark. He was a small one, but that was one of the fish on the target list species, was a shark, leopard shark actually. So now we're hoping for a halibut. So heck yeah, leopard shark. Species number 1 on the list is complete. So, oh, you're up in Norco. That ain't too far. All right. Well, guys, thanks for being here to watch me catch one of the target species. I'm going to get baited back up and thrown back out here and see if we can get a bigger one. Oh, I'm going to have to cut that lump of shit out of here. So, yeah, I couldn't tell if he was there or not for a minute. It's like he was there and then he wasn't, and then he was, and he wasn't. But we got him. We got him. So that was kind of cool. This rod was actually able to just pull him right up over the cliff without having to deal with the hoop net, which that makes it a lot easier. So let me get tied back on and get a chunk of bait back out there. I got him on the squid, so I will pretty much just use the rest of this chunk of squid that's left from catching that shark, because I only got a pound of squid. I had to go to 2 bait shops, and they had either the 1 pound or the 10 pound, and 10 pounds a lot. So worst case scenario, though, I can always roll back to the bait shop and get more. But for now, we'll fish with what we got. So hopefully we can get another shark. The leopard sharks don't have teeth. They kind of have like the catfish type jaw where it's just grinders, because they eat a lot of, like, you know, they're basically bottom feeders. They eat crustaceans and all kinds of weird shit off the bottom of the ocean. So obviously they eat squid, but they're not a big toothy sumbitch like mako or a blue shark or any of that. So all right, let's get this back out there. See what we can get this time. All right. So for shark number 2, Hopefully halibut this time. I want a halibut. Holy shit, that was a long cast of the day. That's probably 60 yards off the cliffs here. So that's out there pretty well. Oh. I'm gonna have to take a piss here pretty soon, and there's no pisser or anything here. Hey, thanks, man. A 36-inch halibut would be sweet. That would be sweet. All right, we already got something playing with that squid again. Hopefully it's not that same little shark. It's already pierced his chin once. All right, sorry guys, chat's really hard to keep up with, especially with the glare on the screen. All right, I can't tell if something's out there playing with it or if I'm just having current boot the line around. Because we do have we're fishing in the surf. So, well, we're outside of the break, but we've still got the waves cruising in. And it looks like the surf's actually picking up. So, oh, dude, that sucks. Something's down there messing with it. Tooth pain's the worst, man. There's no other pain that's worse than tooth pain. And believe me, I know. Something's down there playing with it again. We're gonna let it pull some drag. Oh, you stepped out to unload the car and you missed it. That sucks, Cindy. We got a cute little baby leopard shark. It was about, if you want to go back and rewatch the live, it was probably about an hour and 10 minutes ish into the live where I caught him. I couldn't tell if he was there or not at first. He was probably only 2-3 pounds, which is a lot for a shark, but I'm using a giant ass tuna rod, so a 2-pound fish isn't going to be any struggle at all for this rod. So something's out there messing with it. I think we got a fish on, guys. Or not, or kelp. Oh, it feels like just kelp. Damn it. Yeah, it's just kelp. Oh, I don't know, maybe. Unless he's swimming straight at me. Nope, it's just kelp that got caught up. The seagrass got caught up. Oh, I got a mess here. That's the problem with the seagrass, is you get a mess in your braid. So I got to figure this one out. This is going to be a puzzle. All right. Let's see here. That loop is around the hook. And then, oh my goodness, man. Okay. That's looped around the hook. That is, which way does that go? That goes that way. Then it goes back that way. And then, hey, look at that. Look at that. Something was definitely messing with our bait. So we're going to get that bait back out there and see if, ow, I stuck my finger. See if we can get something to actually eat that big old chunk of slop. All right. Let me get this back out there without busting my ass. My God, man. Every cast just gets longer and longer as the braid gets wet. I'm so tempted to throw my big rod now. Because I know if I threw my big rod, I could freaking hum it a good probably 100 yards out. This is probably 65, 70 yards out. So hopefully something will come. I'm looking to eat on this last little bit of squid I got on there. So how's the picture quality, guys? Is it good? I got a big old glare on the screen, so I can't really see. Yeah, those leopard sharks are so cool looking, huh? Did it show up clear on the stream or? Oh man, chat, you're killing me with the freaking lag here. Why does it keep? Audio and video have been good. Okay, good deal. Thank you, Rod. I just wish the chat would keep scrolling like it should. But you know, it freezes up, and by the time you realize it's frozen, you're like 25 pages back, and it's impossible to catch up. So, oh man, yeah, it is a beautiful view here, isn't it? Let me give you guys a little panorama here. So that way you're looking down towards San Diego Bay, and then all the houses back here are, you know, multi-million-dollar homes. You got my ugly ass right there. And then once we get over here a bit, you'll see way back in the distance, that point way back there, that's La Jolla. So, and then out here, if I can find it on camera and zoom in, we have right there the good old U.S. Navy. Oh, we got something playing with the bait. We got nothing. Damn it. We had something playing with the bait, and it just didn't. I went to set the hook, and there's nothing there. Right? Yeah, that thing works badass. It's been sitting in my garage, and I've been telling the wife for a long time we should use it to, like, when her and I go fishing, because I got like double the shit. But I figured, you know what? Might as well throw all my stuff in it and take it. I knew walking down here was going to be a fuck show. So I went and grabbed that off of the rack in the garage and brought it out. And I think that's going to live in the truck now from now on for when I start fishing out of the truck. Because normally the truck is hooked up to the boat. Up until last Tuesday, my truck has been hooked to the boat since like February. And I haven't driven the truck unless I'm pulling the boat. So I figured, you know, now that I'm driving the truck without the boat, I'm doing a lot more fishing, you know, using the truck to go fishing. Might as well leave the grocery cart in there. But yeah, that's perfect. Like, it's a perfect little fishing cart. Right on, Josie. Enjoy your day. We'll be here. We'll be here until the batteries are dead. Yeah, it doesn't off-road well. It was kind of a pain in the ass to get down here without flipping it over, but it definitely did what I needed it to do. So this is the first time I've used it, so it works out. It'll work out great at some of the lakes that aren't too bad off-roading. And then if I go to the jetty, The one side of the jetty's got like a walking path all the way out it, so I'll just be able to roll it all the way down there. I mean, dude, bank fishing, it's such a pain in the ass with all your gear. You know, I got my backpack, my fishing backpack, but I still got to carry my rods and then my bait cooler and all that shit. So this thing works out way better. All right, we're hoping for another leopard shark over here, or halibut. I'd really like a halibut. If I can get a keeper halibut, then you know, it's funny, Whisker. I haven't even looked at the goddamn boat. Hey, main girl, what's happening? Tanja, welcome back. Yeah, so far we got one leopard shark. He wasn't big. He was only a couple pounds, but, you know. Yeah, I got a bunch of rod holders I'm going to wedge into the mesh. I got a few different kinds, actually. So I got some that I can actually zip tie onto it, and those will work out pretty well. And then I got like the hard rubber, like rod holder cups things. So I think what I'll do is I'll put 2 on each side, and then I'll be able to carry all 4 rods. Because I do normally bring 4 rods with me, no matter where I'm fishing. But right here, I can only fish 1 just because there's nowhere to put a rod holder. And I don't trust my rod holders on a big fish anyway. So I got kelp down there on the line again. You guys hear that clicker? That's just the kelp dragging through the current. If there's a fish, you'll hear that clicker start rolling. That's just me reeling it up. Getting the line to go back to tight. But the one leopard shark, that was one of our species that we were looking for. So see those little clicks like that? That's kelp. That might be a fish. I don't know. No, that's kelp. That's a shitload of kelp. So let me get this back up in here and rebait, because I only have that little shitty chunk of bait on anyway. Yeah, I can see the kelp on the line already. God, I casted this thing so freaking far. If I were to throw my other rod, I could probably cast a good 100 yards off of this point. Which I may, in a little while here, bait up that other rod and throw that out. Yeah, I got a salad on here. Look at that. Salad. There's all this eelgrass out here. So, but that eelgrass is a good hunting spot for the fish. So, let me get a whole new bait on here. I'm gonna go for a whole new bait. Let's see what happens. I'm tempted to throw. I'm gonna throw on an anchovy this time, and see if we can get something to come play with anchovies. I got 2 anchovies stuck together, so what I'll do is I'll throw them both on here on the hook, and that'll give me some huge bait. 2 anchovies, 1 hook. If we can get them both to stick. If not, we'll have 1 anchovy, but I think I might be able to get them actually both to stick. All right. Problem with the anchovies is that they tend to get mushy. Like as they thaw, they get really mushy, and it gets really hard to keep them on the hooks. So, and actually 2 may not work here. Oh, maybe it will. Nope, that one's already turned in half. But we got a big old slop of anchovy mess on there. So we'll get that thrown out and see what happens. Maybe it'll be the anchovy. Oh shit. My line just snapped and I lost my good weight. That was my heaviest weight. It backlashed and broke that weight. God damn it. I don't have any other heavier weights like that either. So I'm gonna have to retie everything. That sucks. That was my only big 6-ounce weight that I had with me. And I just watched that thing fly like halfway to the kelp beds. Let's see, was it a weak spot in the line or was it just... Oh yeah, it was definitely a weak spot in my line. So now I gotta retie everything. And my bag is at the very bottom of everything. So give me a minute, guys. I gotta dig all this shit out. All right. My big weights, I don't remember where I put them. Oh, come on, bag. My bag's stuck in the cart. Oh, come on. All right, so I know now that I'm going to continue to use this cart. I got to start using my smaller bags because, oh, good grief, the bag is stuck in the cart. Oh, come on, there it is. All right, got it out. That was a pain in the ass. That was a total pain in the ass. All right. Now with the bag out, my rods aren't going to stay because my bag was holding the rods in place. Let me see if I can wedge that through there. Oh, that'll stay enough for what I need. Okay. So I was throwing a 6-ounce weight, and I think all I have left is 3s. What is this one? This is a 3, but it'll still work. It'll work for what I need it to do. I can probably, whoops, there goes my rods falling out of the cart again. So we deal with that. I got them kind of tied onto the cart. So I'm just going to untie them and drop them all the way down in the cart here, if I can. There we go. All right. There they go. That should stay where I want them to. All right. So let me retie. Where'd my pliers go? There they are. I can't believe that weight went flinging off like that. Sorry, guys. Let me let me get all this taken care of, then I'll come over and check chat. I got, there's my hooks. So, grab a nice hook. Let's see, what do I got? You know, I got some smaller circle hooks. I'm going to use a smaller circle hook and see if maybe that hook I was using was too big for whatever fish were down there trying to get into my bait. So, all right. Cutting a leader off of my main braid here because I'm just using braid for my leader. I'm tempted to throw, I don't have any beads with me. I was going to throw another weight up on my my torpedo weight. I throw a Carolina rig type weight up there, but I'll just do this. I'll just use this torpedo as a swivel, basically, and that works. Oh, and I forgot to tie my freaking leader first. Oh well. So now I just do a different knot instead of the Palomar, which will work. It's just not my preferred knot. So I prefer the Palomar when I can. If I would have tied this first, I would have been fine, but I forgot to tie the leader on. So, but that's all right. We'll tie a nice good knot here for the leader, and then I'll Palomar my hook, and we'll be okay. So I'm tying a version of the fisherman's knot, you know, the 7 loops and back through and all that. I'm doing what I call a double fisherman's knot, where I go around the eye twice and then do my wraps. Then I go back through and tie it again, and it's a cheesy ass looking knot, but it's strong. So now I got to cut my 2 tags, and all right, that tag's cut. Get that tag in the tackle bag so I don't leave laying around. And then see a bunch of you guys left while I was tying up, but that's all good. It is what it is. So, can you guys hear the music they're playing over there? Is that coming through, or is my mic blocking it? Because they're playing some like hip hop freaking Mexican music over there. And I don't want to get a copyright because of somebody else. So, all right. Let me catch up with you. Man. Yeah, you missed leopard shark. Damn. Chat's way back there. Really faint though. Okay, cool. Cool. Hopefully I don't get a copyright from the music. But these guys don't speak English, so I can't even tell them to shut it off or move it. So, all right, we got our Palomar knot, 99% tied. Just got to go around the hook and pull tight. And there's our Palomar, nice and tight. So now, throw some bait on that hook and see if we can get a fish. So, all right. The squid's what I've caught the thing on, but I'm getting low on squids already. I got a shitload of anchovy, but I'm going to stick with the squid until I'm not getting fish on the squid. I've got bites. I've got 1 fish, but, you know, I want like 6 or 12. So I'm putting this squid on the hook right now, and I'm going to get this cast back out. And can you guys hear the music? I know you guys said it's really faint, but it sounds like they turned it up. Hopefully you can't. I'm hoping that like the background noise of everything else washes that out. So, all right, let's see how far we can get this one out here. Guarantee it's not going to go as far as the last one. The lesser weight. I got half the weight that I had. So, but then again, it might go even farther. Who knows? Son of a bitch. I just again. I don't know how that keeps happening. I guess. Oh, you know what happened is I didn't tighten my reel brake, and I had it set for. Hey, at least I kept my shit this time. Just lost my bait, but I didn't set my reel brake properly for the less amount of weight. So I ended up losing a freaking squid because of it. So let me rebait this here, and then man, I gotta pee so bad, and there's no bathrooms around here. I might have to just whip it out and pee off of the end of the cliff. I mean, it is San Diego. It's not like anybody will care. And I can go down the cliff a little bit and nobody will notice. Except maybe the boat's way out in the ocean watching me piss. But there's a bunch of families and shit walking around here, so I don't want to just whip it out right here. I mean, it is San Diego. You know, the homeless are free to pee in the streets. Why couldn't I? All right. All right, now we've got our squid back in here. Hooked back on. And I forgot my hand wipes, so I got squid juice all over me. But whatever, it is what it is. Let me get this cast back out there, guys. Tighten up the reel brake a little bit. All right. Yeah, I bet you. I go down here and piss and notice. Oh yeah, that reel brake's way. Okay, there you go. Now we got it. I'm not gonna be able to cast as far, but yeah, that was about 40 yards less than the other weight. I seriously have to go down here and take a look down here real quick. Oh, shit. Oh. All right. Oh, I just had a wave break on me. All right, guys, I got to fill up the ocean a little bit. Maybe that's the golden ticket, though. Maybe filling up the ocean is going to call the fish in. Who knows? I'll tell you what, though. I wish I could get down and hang out right here where I am and fish, but it's we got waves breaking up over the cliff right here, so I'd be soaked in no time. All right, now getting back up here is going to suck because I had to jump down like a 4-foot drop. All right, there we go. All right. So let me come back up, loosen the reel brake up a little bit so the line will come out. We'll get back up here and see what we can catch. Man, I really need to walk up to my truck and grab a drink, but I'm in an area where if I were to do that, I would probably come back and none of my stuff would be here. Oh, man. No, I just peed in the ocean. Screw it. I mean, I'm not the only person that ever peed in the ocean, right? I mean, every time I surf, I pee in the ocean, so What's new? Ain't nothing different. All right. This little weight might not be enough. Then again, this little weight dragging around like it is might actually help. Who knows? We'll see. Oh, we got something down there. Something's down there definitely messing with the line. It's just a matter of if it takes it or not. I don't think it's going to take it. I think if it was going to take it, it would have already taken it. Something's down there messing with it. So we'll see what happens here. Hopefully this drag freaking starts ripping out. Right there, that's just me tightening the drag. The surf's kicking up a little. So I think it's kelp on the line again down there. I think that's all it is. I think that's all it is. But it kind of feels like something's down there chewing on the bait. Just not taking the whole bait. If it takes it in its mouth and runs, then we know that we got a fish. That was kind of cool. See, I wanted to be on that point down below, but if I was, I would have just got absolutely soaked. So there's a bunch more kelp floating in here. I'm actually half tempted to put another weight on here. Because when I get to the pier, I'm not going to have to deal with this amount of current like this. So, and now I don't know exactly when I'm going to go to the pier, but at some point I'll probably make my way over to the pier. I've only caught one fish here in 2 hours. So that tells me that it's not a great spot. I'd like to get more, but you know, doesn't seem like I'm gonna. So crabs, is that what you're saying? Lobster? No. Lobster right now is a felony if you keep them. They're out of season, and I don't have a lobster card, so I'm not going to jail over a lobster. Ain't worth it, because not only do they take you to jail, but they confiscate all your gear, and they can even confiscate the truck that I drove here in. So California is pretty much assholes about some of our laws like that. There's a couple guys that were catching lobsters on the pier over here. Now this pier over here is closed. They're actually getting ready to tear it down and rebuild it from all the storm damage like 3 years ago. But there's some guys that got caught with a whole bunch of undersized lobster, out of season, no lobster card, no fishing license, nothing. And the state decided to make an example out of them. Oh, we're getting tapped. You see the tip of that rod? Those are definitely little taps. Clicker set, so if something takes it and starts running with it, we're gonna lock that reel into place and it'll be game on. Those were definitely not, that's me right there tightening up the line. Those were definitely not kelp taps. Now that little sway right there, that's kelp. But the sharp little taps, that's fish. So something's down there playing with it. It's just a matter of does it actually grab it and run away with it. So hopefully it does. Because if it does, there'll be 2 fish. I mean, I got the leopard shark. That was one of my main fish on my list today. It wasn't big, but it was a leopard shark. So if I get a bigger one than that, I'm gonna have to drop the pier net down to get them in. And I don't know that the pier net that I got is big enough for a big leopard shark. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, hopefully I got a halibut down there messing with it. But you never know what's down there. It's the ocean. It could be anything. It could be a freaking seal for all I know. It would be the first time I caught a seal. Heck, I'm surprised I didn't catch any at the other place the other day. But today we're fishing a little different ocean spot and hoping for a little better fish. So far, they're not wanting to come out and play. That's me, guys, just moving the rod. All right, there we go. There's a lot of tension on that line, so that sinker is definitely on the bottom. The line's tight, so if anything does decide to grab it, we will definitely be on a fish. I'm really tempted to throw back into the rocks over here, but that's just asking to lose gear. So, right now I got squid. I do have some frozen anchovies with me. I brought a bait rod. I was hoping to be able to throw out a sabiki rig and get some mackerel or something, but I can't fish two rods at the same time right here. I mean, I can, but there's nowhere to hold my rod, so I'd have to fish one in one hand and one in the other hand, and that's not really possible. So right now it's just one rod and see what happens. Something's down there dicking with it. It's just not taking it. I can feel the kelp on there though too. There's a bunch of eelgrass out here. So that eelgrass gets wrapped up in your line real easy. And look at this wave right here. It's gonna break and we're gonna get hammered right here. That's gonna reform. That's a nice set coming in. Holy shit. That's gonna break up against the rocks and possibly get us wet. Nope. Oh shit, it splashed up behind us. This one might get us wet. I doubt it though. It looks like the way they're breaking against the rocks right here, it's not coming all the way up here. Oh, that looks so bitching behind us. Next big set that comes through, I'm going to turn the camera and let you guys watch that. It's pretty badass the way it smashes up. Watch this. Let me turn it right here. Let's see if it does it this time. This one probably won't do it. No, that was nothing. So here comes a good set. If this wave is bigger over here, rolling in, it'll break up against the cliff behind us. And it looks so badass. I think this one coming in will do it. Yeah, this one coming in for sure is it's for sure gonna splash up over here. Watch this, guys. This is gonna look so cool. There it goes. And no. No, that was nothing. But there is a decent set coming through. So how the fuck did if this guy tangled me, I'm gonna be pissed. Hey, Bushcamp, what's up? I think this guy's tangled up in my line. I'm almost sure he is. Here we go. This one will hit. Man, the surf's actually picking up pretty good. Oh, I'm so wrapped up in kelp. I'm stuck on something down there. I'm snagged up. Oh yeah, I'm snagged up bad down there. Yeah, shit. I might be losing this whole setup. Oh, I just broke. I just lost it all. Gosh dang it. That pisses me off. I just lost everything. Man, that sucks. Oh well. What do, you know? What do? You just keep on fishing. That's what you do. You retie and you recast. So I got snagged up into something down there because it just straight broke. So I'm really tempted to run up to the truck real quick and grab a drink. I don't want to leave my shit here though. And if I run up there and don't leave my shit here, somebody's going to take my spot. Now the question is, do we stay here or do we go find a new spot? That's the question. So, what do I got for weights over here? Is that my only? Oh man, I think I'm down to not having to go out of weight. Oh well, might be making a trip to the bait shop. I'm down to my egg weights. All right, but I guess that's what I'm going to have to use, right? There's some egg weights on there. I really need a drink, but to get a drink, I got to pack it all up. And I don't want to pack it all up right now and go up there and get a drink. I mean, I want to go get a drink, but I don't want to have to pack it all up to do it. So I guess I will just fish thirsty. Oh man, I'm running low on swivels too. Shit. This day is not going my way. This day is not going my way. No fish. Lost gear. But what do? You keep on keeping on and hope that something comes out to play, right? So I've got some, I'm going to throw on, I bought some from Leader Line with me this time, actually. And I'm going to throw on a little bit of 25-pound fluoro because I think that's it's the heaviest I brought. I got some 30 mono, but I prefer fluoro. So throw some 25-pound Leader Line on here and see what we can do with that. Okay. So I forgot to tie my freaking leader onto my swivel first again, which was stupid. But I can still tie a knot and make my leader stay. All right. I forgot how wiry this heavier fluorocarbon is. All right, there we go. There's that. Oops. There is this. If I can get this tied right. There we go. Come on, knot. Come on, knot. Tie yourself. There we go. There she goes. Hey, come on. All right, there it goes. There it is. All right. Okay, so that's tied on. Let me put my leader line away. Sorry, guys. I'll be right back with chat in just a minute here. I'm just trying to get tied back up. And once I get tied back up, I can get a bait back in the water and be fishing again. So I'm going to go back to what hooks do I got? I guess I'll go back to this circle hook. And hopefully, be able to catch some fish. All right. Man, I wish I could go up to my truck and just leave my shit here, but I do not trust it here. I don't even trust my truck parked where it's at. It's in the street, like, you know, the street parking in front of a house, but I still, you know, we're in Ocean Beach, Sunset Cliffs. This is like meth head capital of the world. You almost better just leave your freaking doors and windows unlocked here so that they don't break your window to get in. All right, there's that. Everything's tied back up. Let me get a bait back on there. I don't know if I should go with a whole squid or a squid head this time. I'm going to go with just the squid's head this time and see what happens. Because that might be the ticket too, you know? You never know. You never know. All right. So now we got a squid head. So let me get this cast back out there, guys, and I'll be right back with you. That's a long ass leader. But sometimes that's the ticket, you know? I want to get this on there a little better. I don't want my bait to go flying off when I cast. So, you guys have never used squid for bait? It's juicy. And it gets all over you. And it stinks. It stinks like that. Okay, so I got 2 egg weights on here to try to equal out a little bit and give me a little more casting power. So the egg weights won't get hung up like the other weight did. Why did that snag right there? It's that's what's happening. So my line is caught under itself in the reel. Not like backlashed, but on the side of the reel, the line was pinched between the line and the spool. So it was catching at that spot. All right, so we got bait back out there. Got the clicker set, and we're fishing again. So I really need a drink, man. I really should go get a drink. But if I do, that means I got to pack everything up. Oh, that sucks, man. Oh, look at this wave coming in. This might blast us right here. It's definitely be one hell of a blast on the cliff right here. Watch this. As this wave comes in, it's going to smash that cliff right there. Oh, no, nothing like I thought it would. That was weak. That was weak. Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, come on, fishes. Come on, fishes. If I don't get anything here in the next, like, 30, 40 minutes, we're going to move spots. Because we should have fish, more than one leopard shark, you know? Oh, the stupid wind. Okay. All right. Hopefully we can get something on this squid head. Doesn't look like it's happening that much, though. Looks like it's kind of dead here. I think it's just so much grass out here that I'm getting caught up in the grass. Now, I did tie on a longer leader to this rig that I just tied on, so hopefully that longer leader helps that squid head float up more into the, you know, above the grass, but we'll see. I can feel the grass on the line. So, and that little pole, I think that's just those little clicks of the reel right there, I think are grass, to be honest. This surf keeps kicking up the way it is. We're going to have to get out of here anyway. We're going to start getting soaking wet. Yeah, I might change spots here pretty soon. I mean, I had a plan to change spots during the day anyway. I was hoping I'd be getting more fish right here, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I got nothing but time, you know. Got more time than anything, so I'll hang out here and see if we can get something, and if not, we'll pack it up and move on to the next spot. See how that rod tip's just kind of swaying, you know, like a nice gentle sway and not an actual like rip. That's just the kelp. Also, what you're hearing on the clicker right now is the line being moved by the kelp. So, ocean fishing looks cool and all, but yeah, ocean fishing from the banks is way different than ocean fishing from a boat. This is like more like catfishing than anything. And I think we got something down there messing with it. Something's definitely down there pulling. Something's down there. Nothing. Nothing. Man, we're going to get blasted here pretty soon by a wave. We set my drag a little looser and see if that helps the clicker. I can't tell right now if that's kelp down there or I think that's kelp the way it's just like a little bit. If it was a fish, it would continue. So I'm pretty sure it's just kelp down there. Yeah, because see, I got the line in my hand and I can feel it. So it's kelp. And you see the rod tip just kind of sway a little bit, nice and calm. That's just kelp. So if you're going to hold your line like this with braid, make sure you hold it in a way that it'll pull off your finger real quick and not pull off your finger. If you get braid wrapped around your finger and you get a fish that bites it and runs, you're going to lose that finger. See, I can't tell what that is down there. It feels like kelp. It's soft little bends of the rod tip, not little jerks and twitches of the rod tip. And I don't feel any real tension on the line like it's trying to pull. So I think it's just, kelp down there. I'm really tempted to go up to the truck and get a drink, but I don't want any of these tweakers to try to steal my shit because we are in Tweakerville. You guys remember when you're fishing somewhere, your cigarette butts and your trash, they go in your pocket so they can go to your vehicle with you. Unless there's a trash can, then they go in the trash can. Yeah, there's nothing on that. It's all kelp. I can feel it. It's just kelp. Oh, my bait's gone though. My bait is gone. Well, that's why I didn't catch anything, because my bait's gone. And it's all twisted up in my shit here. All right. Well, you ain't gonna catch nothing with no bait. And I was down in that grass, so that's what I was feeling, was the grass pulling around. All right, guys, I'm going to run up to my truck real quick and grab a drink. I have my microphone pinned to me, so it's probably gonna cut out my audio here in a second, but I'm gonna trust that nobody will steal my shit and go get a drink. This guy over here is setting up a Subiki rig, so I know he's gonna be here for a bit. But I'll be right back to you guys. I'm gonna run up to the truck, grab something to drink, and come right back. So I'll be back down here in just a minute. I'm gonna move my camera just in case. I'm gonna put it all right here. So I'll let you guys watch the ocean for a minute while I'm. There we go. There's a good view. Let me check my power. My battery's at 42%. Okay. So guys, I'm gonna run up. I'm gonna grab a drink, and I'm gonna be right back. It'll probably take me like 5 minutes or so to get back up and get to the truck and get all the way back down here. But hopefully, there is one fucking guy over here that looks pretty shady. So I don't know if I want to go up there yet or not. Let me go ask this dude over here if he's going to be here for a minute. And if he is, I'll ask him to keep an eye on my stuff. Hey, would you mind keeping an eye on that while I go to the truck? Cool. Gracias. Oh, shit. They want the lid for my cooler. Thank God I got 2 lids on that thing. I didn't even get 10 feet away and I'm already having issues. All right. Up that right. Like so. The camera's kind of on it so it won't blow it off again. All right, guys. I'll be right back. Enjoy the view while I'm gone. Oh, man. I got to walk all the way to water. But man, that's a long walk up there. It's not far. It's just uneven terrain. I just looked over in the water and I saw something floating with the dude surfing. I was like, what the hell's floating in the water right there? All right. We're back. And we got the drink of idiots. I gotta quit drinking these things. It just tastes so damn good though. All right. So I gotta get a bait put back on here and get that thing thrown back out there. We've been using squid, but I think what I'm going to do this time is go with an anchovy, since I bought 2 bags of those, because the first bait shop I went to was at a squid, and that's what I really wanted to throw. The other bait shop had anchovy, but they just throw one in there for chum. I bought 2 bags of them. I mean, they're only like $4 a bag, but all right. So we're gonna hook this right through the anchovy's freaking head, where it's a little more bony, and hopefully it'll stay on the hook a little better. And we got an anchovy. Let me go cast this out and see what happens. I'm not going to cast this one as far. I'm going to kind of cast it up here a little bit, like between the reef, and see what happens there. Because, you know, that's pretty good structure right there. So there might be some good fish hanging out in that structure. All right. Come back up here. I'm going to set my rod in this hole for a minute, which I do not trust. Set the clicker. Get that off of the rocks. All right, there we go. Set that in the hole for a minute while I move the camera and grab my drink. All right. All right. I got kelp wrapped around my camera. Jesus. Okay. All right, here we go. We are fishing again. Officially. So, we got 22 of y'all watching. Appreciate you being here. Let's hope and pray we can catch a fish. Chat's frozen. Like how far back? Way far back. Hey, Josie. Welcome back. Or you're probably still here. I don't know. I've been having issues with chat freezing up on me. So, hey, Art. Welcome in. Man, I tried to charge everything up last night, all my power banks and stuff, and I got up this morning and they're like 1 bar of power on them. So I don't know what the hell that's all about. I'm an idiot. I went and grabbed my drink, and I brought 1 Monster drink down here. I should have brought my water. I got a full gallon of water in the truck, but I brought a Monster drink down instead. Partly, though, because I wanted something carbonated. So, now we don't have this bait nearly as far out as we have the others, but I'm wondering if maybe around this little reef structure right here, we have more chance of getting something. Yeah, I need to quit the Monsters too, man. I swear to God, if I quit the Monsters, I could fucking buy another boat. For what I spend on Monster drinks every month, it's a boat payment. I usually average like 2 of these things a day. And they're at the little store by my house, they're freaking $5 each. So yeah, if I quit the Monster drinks, that's a boat payment every month. Okay, something's down there playing with the anchovy. It might just be kelp and current, but we'll see. We'll see if something grabs it and starts running away. I doubt it, though. I got the one leopard shark here, and that was like an hour ago. And then the guy over here next to me, I haven't seen him get anything yet either, so it might be time to move spots. I like to be able to cast out to where that boat's at out there. They're out there fishing the outside edge of the kelp bed. I'm on the inside edge, but I'm a good probably 300 yards from the actual kelp bed. So it doesn't seem like I'm going to get a fish right here. And again, it's ocean fishing, you know, you never know where they're going to be. I'd like to be out on a boat, but my boat is definitely not big enough to come out here. I would not trust it out here. Even though the ocean looks calm and flat, it's not. If I were to bring my boat out here, there's about a 50-50 chance I survive. And the only time I like a 50-50 shot is at the lottery, not with my life. Although I ride dirt bikes in the desert, so I'm always rolling the dice on that. But no, it's maybe 2 to 3 foot. There's some sets coming in the 4 foot range, but nothing huge. Now out farther, it looks calm and flat, but I still wouldn't trust my boat out on this water. This is big water, and a little boat on big water is not a good combination. I don't know if you guys can see on camera that one way out there. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. See if I can find him here. Where is he? He's right there. That guy right there. That boat way out there right in the middle of the screen. That's the half day charter fishing. So those guys are out where I want to be. This guy over here next to me is throwing a sabiki rig for bait. I should be doing the same thing, but I don't see anything. I don't see any bait fish cruising. I may need to move spots. I mean, I got a mile of different area to cast right here, so I could just cast. Yeah, I can change in the blink of an eye for sure out there. We've been out there on my buddy's boat where everything was great, and all of a sudden it was freaking, we were socked in with fog within like 5 minutes. And that sucks. Fog sucks because you're kind of flying blind. We didn't have a fish finder or anything on that boat, so we had no electronics to guide us home. We just had to pretty much go on like knowing where we were at. All right, there's nothing wanting to play right here. I got one leopard shark though. So hey, San Diego shit. Welcome in, brother. I think you probably know where I'm at if I pan around here and show you that. You probably know exactly where I am. You know that point right up way up there. You know where that's at. So I'm sure San Diego shit can call the spot. He knows where I'm at. There's that kelp on the line again. I need more than one leopard shark, I'll tell you that. I kind of want to fish like mid water column here, but I don't have a bobber or anything to keep the bait from like just sinking. Plus, it'd just blow back into the cliffs anyway. But we're gonna fish until we can't fish anymore, and yeah, I can do that, man. It'll go from flat calm to chaos in fucking no time. And you know the storm that creates the wind surge and the all that could be 2,000 miles away or 2 days old. And it just takes that storm surge to get that far that fast, and you're screwed. So I really want a bigger boat that I can come out here and fish the kelp beds with, because that's where the fish are, is out in the kelp. I mean, they're swimming around here too, but obviously not biting my shit. I really should have brought more water down with me. But I think when it's time for another water, it's going to be time to go. It's going to be time to move spots and change it up a little bit, because so far nothing's biting over here. So what I'll probably do is, I was thinking about ending the stream, or I'm not ending the stream when I move spots, but I think I'm snagged up again. God damn it. I'm snagged up into the rocks again down there. If I'm broken off right here, I'm going to end it, and I'm going to move spots. Yeah, I'm snagged up bad. I'm not going to get this back, I don't think. Let me come down here and try. Yeah, I think I'm stuck. I think I'm snagged up. Oh, I got it. There we go. All right. Now, I feel my weight. I'm hoping I kept my leader. Looks like I did. Yep, I got no bait, but I got my leader back. So, guys, I'm not catching shit here. I think it's time to make a move. There's no reason to continue fishing unproductive water, right? It's just a waste of time and bait. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a move and see if I can find some fish somewhere else other than here, because they're obviously not here. This guy over here has been throwing a sabiki rig for baits, and he's not even catching bait fish. So if you're not catching bait fish, you're not going to catch fish. If there's no bait, there's no reason for them to be here, right? So I think what we're going to do is we're going to pack it up right here, and we're going to move spots over to, I don't know where I want to go next. I might just go over to the bay and go fish see if the pier's open. If the pier's open, I'll go fish the pier and see what we can get over there. Because over at the pier, I can fish 2 rods also. I won't have to worry about holding a rod while I'm trying to deal with a second rod and all that bullshit. So let me I'm gonna move the camera up so I don't have to come down here anymore. We're gonna call it on this spot, but I'll give you guys, let me raise the camera up so I can kind of see chat while I'm packing all my shit up here. and we'll give you guys a little view. We are at Sunset Cliffs here in San Diego. Pretty badass spot. Yeah, San Diego shit, it's so perfect out here today. We're at the cliffs. We're at we're almost at the end. Well, you know where we're at. You're a local here, you know where we're at. We're right here. We're at this point. I forget what they call this point, but it's the, well, right there. Right, where'd it go? Right there. That's the little rock pile island thing they put the Christmas tree on every year. So we're just south of that. But yeah, this is a beautiful area down here, you guys. A lot of tourists that come to San Diego will never see this because they don't know about it, you know. But I mean, the surf's looking decent. It's picking up through the day for sure. It doesn't show that good on camera, but watch this splash off of the jetty or the rock here. That one's nothing. This one might be better over here. Nothing. But you can see how turbulent that is right there. If you were to get caught up down there on those rocks, you know, A, they're sharper than shit, and B, they're super slick. So what's going to happen is if you're on that and a freaking wave breaks over it, you're fucked. You're getting taken off your feet, and you're getting ground into those rocks. And then to swim to where you can get in, we're outside the surf line. You got to swim all the way back into that cove over there to get in from here. So, but, you know, beautiful area. Absolutely beautiful spot. And then we're looking north right now. Down to the south is even better. And once I get all my shit packed up here into my little rolly cart, I'll show you guys what it looks like down the south. Looks pretty badass. It's more of a straight line shot down the cliffs from the south, or to the south. So, but we ain't catching nothing here. We got one leopard shark, and that was it. So we're gonna pack it up here, and we're gonna move to a completely different spot and see if we can get some fish over there. And I think what I'm gonna do, you guys, is I was planning on doing one solid live stream all day long and just keeping, you know, one live all day. But with the way the battery chargers are going, I think my best bet, to be honest, is to, once I get all packed up here, I think my best plan of action is going to be to actually end the stream and charge my phone while I'm going to the next spot. That way I got good battery power at my next spot. And then we'll restart the live when we get back over there, because I want to stream for a long time today. I'm so close on the watch hours that it's definitely worth keeping it going. But I'm hoping that by starting up another live over there, it'll also draw in some more people as well. So I'm going to give this, you know, I got all my lines out of the water. I'm going to pack it up and give it a second here while I finish my smoke. And then we'll start making our way up to the truck and over to the new area. And the new spot, I think I'm going to go, the new spot I think I'm going to is a little bit of a drive, not that bad. So I should be there pretty quick. Probably take me 20 minutes or so to get over there. So we'll get over there. We'll get set up, and then we'll go set the live back up, because I want to keep my batteries good for the day, you know. I need to get my rods and reels in the cart here, which I need to strap. I have some rod holders that I can put onto the cart, but I just didn't think about doing that this morning. But by the time I got out of the house with all that bullshit this morning getting out, it was just not worth dealing with anything new. So I dealt with what I had to deal with, and then, you know, took off and came down this way. So we'll get everything packed up here, and we'll get headed on to the next spot. Hit the live from over there, and hopefully we'll get some more fish over there. I want more than just the one leopard shark, you know. I mean, I'm grateful for that one shark that was on the species list for the day, but there's other fish that are on the list for the day, and I haven't even come close to them yet. So we'll have to go over to the new spot and hope and pray. And I think I'm going to go check the pier at Shelter Island and see how that's looking. And if there's space over there, then I'll jump on the pier and fish the pier. If not, then I'll go to plan C. So, all right, we got the little rolly cart packed up, so we should be good to go there. Looks like everything's going to stay. I'll tie the rods just in case. I'll tie the rods in. I need to when I get home, I need to oops, how'd I do that? That's all right. When I get home, I need to put rod holders on this little rolly cart. That way, it's just a matter of, you know, throwing the rods in the rod holders and getting the heck out of Dodge. But this works for now. It's doing what I needed to do today. So, that'll work. That will work. All right. So, looks like this other guy that was over here fishing gave up on it too. I don't see him anywhere. Yeah, I'm gonna put the hey Cindy. Oh, you took a nap. Nice. We're just getting ready to pack up at spot number 1 and head for a new spot. This spot's been very unproductive. I got one leopard shark out of here, and that's it. And as you guys can see, the surf's starting to pick up. And it's getting to the point here where once these waves start breaking on the cliffs a little more, you know, we're going to be getting blasted with water here. So I don't feel like getting soaked. It is hot out here, and it would feel great to jump in the ocean, but I don't feel like getting soaked right now. And it actually looks like the tide might be going out, because that rock pile right there is starting to stick out of the water. You see that? That wasn't visible earlier. You could see the top of it, but it wasn't sticking out. So the tide's probably going out here, it looks like. So I think I'm going to go over and try one of the piers in the bay, one of the little fishing piers over there. If it's too crowded over there, then I'll hit just somewhere else along the bay. But the piers, I can fish 2 rods. Oh, I can fish 2 rods in the bay because, you know, I can get rod holders in the grass. So I'm going to give it a second here, let you guys enjoy this view for a minute. Kind of be greedy and let the watch hours count up while I'm getting ready to make the walk. I got to walk. Whoa, I just almost rolled my ankle on that hill. I got to walk back up over there. My truck is parked by that palm tree right there. So I got to walk my fat ass back up all those hills to the truck, and I got to carry my little grocery cart. Thanks for the idea, Rod. I was thinking about using that thing a while ago, but I never actually broke it out and used it. And then I saw Rod break his out and use it, and I was like, you know what? It fucking works. I'm gonna do it. So you guys see, I'm gonna zoom out here, or zoom in here on this boat. That right there, I don't know exactly what boat it is, but that is one of the, I call it the tourist fishing boats. They're one of the half-day boats. They go out for, what time is it right now? It's 1:58. So they left the dock about 12:30, and they'll be back in at like 5 or 6. But they just, they're half-day boats. They just fish right here in the local kelp beds. They're fishing for like whatever will bite, basically, but usually like rockfish, sand bass, calico bass. Sometimes you'll get a halibut. Once in a while, you'll get a yellowtail. You'll get barracuda. You'll get lingcod. But it's mostly just like, bottom fishing on those boats. So the tuna charters go out about 80 to 90 miles that way. I mean, we're looking straight out west right now. So there's another place 120 miles straight. If we were to get in a boat and go straight out 120 miles, you'll hit what's called the Cortez Bank. And the Cortez Bank, there's spots out there between Cortez and the Tanner Bank that are 5 feet deep, 120 miles out into the ocean. It's a sea mountain. So you're basically fishing on top of a mountain where the tip of the mountain's 5 feet below the surface of the water. When the swell comes through there, it's just the right angle and just the right, it's got to be the perfect storm, basically. But when the swells come through the Cortez Bank, the waves will actually break out there. And there's been waves documented out there over 100 feet tall. And when it gets pumping like that, you're going to have all the big wave surfers motoring out there in their boats surfing that shit. And it's absolutely crazy. I wouldn't surf out there for 2 reasons. I grew up surfing, but you're not going to find my ass on a 50-foot wave. Hell no. That's a lot of water. And that's a lot of power. If you fall, you think, oh, it's just water. Water is one of the most powerful things on the planet. Water washes away the earth. I mean, prime example right here. Look at the shape of those cliffs. That's all from the water, So, you're not going to find me surfing the Cortez Bank, but I'll tell you what, I'd love to be out there and watch it. So, anyway, guys, I'm just about done with my cigarette here. It keeps going out. So once I finish my cigarette, I'm going to call it. I'm going to, I promised you guys I'd show you the south end of the cliffs. So let me walk over here real quick and kind of give you a view down the south end of the cliffs. There's a bunch of people surfing down there at Garbage. They call that beach down there Garbage Beach, which it's not garbage at all. It's pretty badass. It's a great surf spot. I'll see if I can zoom in on them. So this is Sunset Cliffs in San Diego. And let me zoom in. Where'd they go? I don't think you're going to be able to see them in camera. Yeah, you really can't. But right here, right about, you see that wave breaking? Just beyond that, there's a bunch of little blobs in the water. That's a bunch of people surfing right there. So, but these are our cliffs in San Diego. Beautiful spots. Absolutely beautiful. And you can see how far up I actually am when I'm casting. Let me go down here to this little flat. I mean, you can see how far up I am. And I'm casting off of that little point right there. So it's a good 30 foot drop from here. So, and then you got these houses over here that are just you know, multi-million dollars. Even the small little shitty one right there. I don't know if you can see it. That small little shitty one right there next to that monstrosity and that monstrosity and that monstrosity. That's $8 million all day long right here. But I mean, this is your view. That's the view out of your front window. So then we got the Navy cruising around way out there. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get back over here to my stuff. I'm gonna call it, and we're gonna move on to the next spot. Check this out. You probably see it a little better from this angle. I don't know. That's so gnarly down there. You get stuck in there, you're screwed. Like they gated this off because of that hole right there. But here, let me do this. Let me make sure my camera is 100% solid in here and not going anywhere. Okay. And then, whoop. Pretty cool down there. But they put this big old cage around it just so that, you know, you don't get drunk one night and end up down there. Because if you end up down there, you're fucked. Because that comes in. Ooh. That actually comes in down here. So there's this big old cave down here that it comes in through. And then if you were to jump off here, you're landing in rock. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but see all those rocks down there? You're landing right in that shit. So people jump off the cliffs in certain spots here, but this is not one you want to do it. Because you got about 3 feet and then you're into the rock. So you would think with all this structure around, all the rock and all that down there, there'd be great structure for fish, but you're just not hanging out here today. So, all right, guys, one last look. Let's check out the old Navy ship right there. They're just cruising. They've been cruising around for quite a while out there. So I'm not sure what they're doing, but they're cruising around. So, so guys, one little last panorama through here. Flock of pelicans cruising. Really big old flock of pelicans. They're not diving, so that means there's no bait fish. If you see those things start diving into the water, they're going after bait fish. And that means you better damn well throw a line at where they're diving into. So there's nothing out there for them. But here we go. This is that point way, way out there. On the other side of that point is La Jolla. And then we just kind of come all the way down here to down the cliffs, and you got all these houses up here. This one right here, I love the architecture on this place right there. I mean, how badass would it be to sit and have your morning coffee up on that deck? Because, you know, you're sitting there drinking your morning coffee and that's your view. So anyway, guys, we're going to call it. We're going to head to the next spot. I will definitely be setting up the live when I get to the next spot. It'll probably take me, hopefully within the hour, I'll be back up and running. So I'm going to charge the phone on the way over there. I'm going to stop and grab something to drink. Something I want a cold fountain drink from somewhere. So we'll see all y'all in a little bit. And make sure you got that notification so that it rings that bell when I come back on the live. You got to make sure it's set to all. Otherwise, it won't give you the notifications. So thanks for being here, guys. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you about an hour or so, maybe a little less.